Your cells are listening to you right now. Every word you speak to yourself is a command to your biology, a signal to your genes, a message to the quantum field. This very second, as these words reach your consciousness, your brain is changing. It's not theory. It's not philosophy. It's pure science. Let me share something personal with you. Years ago, I caught myself in a moment of brutal honesty. I was standing in front of my bathroom mirror, getting ready for another ordinary day, when I noticed something that changed everything. My internal dialogue was a constant stream of "I'm not ready. This is too hard. I don't have what it takes." That moment hit me like a bolt of lightning. I realized I had been programming my own failure day after day, year after year. But here's what's fascinating. And this is what modern neuroscience confirms. Your brain can't tell the difference between what's happening in your outer world and what you're saying in your inner world. When you tell yourself, "I can't," your brain releases a cascade of chemicals that make that statement your reality. Your neurons don't judge your thoughts. They simply respond. Research at the Harvard Medical School shows something remarkable. Your brain changes its physical structure based on your habitual thoughts. They found that people who practiced positive self-talk for just 8 weeks showed measurable growth in areas of the brain associated with learning, memory, and emotional regulation. The simple act of changing their inner dialogue literally rebuilt their neural architecture. Think about this. How many times today have you already told yourself what you can't do, what you're not capable of, what's not possible? Your brain has recorded every single one of those statements, treating them as commands to create that exact reality. Stop for a moment right now. Listen to the voice in your head. What's it telling you? Is it the voice of the person you want to become or the voice of who you've always been? This single question might be the most important one you'll ask yourself today. Because here's the truth that's going to shake your realities. You've been manifesting your life experience every single moment with every single word you've spoken to yourself. Every time you've said "I am," you've been performing quantum physics without even knowing it. You've been programming your biological computer with scripts that run automatically, creating the same reality day after day. But today, in this moment, you're going to learn how to rewrite those scripts. You're going to understand the precise science of how your words shape your reality. And more importantly, you're going to master the art of speaking to yourself in a way that creates change at the speed of thought. This isn't about positive thinking. It's about positive programming at the subatomic level. The next few minutes will give you the exact formula for transforming your inner dialogue into the most powerful manifestation tool you possess. Are you truly ready to change the conversation you've been having with yourself? Every time you speak to yourself, you're not just creating thoughts, you're creating tangible changes in your brain's physical structure. When you wake up in the morning and tell yourself, "I'm tired," or "I can't do this," your brain doesn't just hear those words. It creates them as your reality. Your neurons fire in specific patterns, releasing chemical messengers that match exactly what you're telling yourself. Think about this. Scientists have proven that a single thought can release hundreds of different neurochemicals in a fraction of a second. When you repeatedly tell yourself the same thing, positive or negative, you're essentially installing neural software that runs automatic. Your brain creates highways of neurons that fire together, making that thought pattern your default setting. Here's what's happening on a biological level. Every time you speak to yourself, your brain cells connect in specific patterns. The more you repeat certain phrases to yourself, the stronger these connections become. It's like walking through a field of tall grass. The more you walk the same path, the more defined that path becomes. Your thoughts are literally carving pathways in your brain, but it goes even deeper than your brain. Quantum physics shows us something remarkable. Your thoughts aren't confined to your skull. They create electromagnetic fields that extend beyond your body. These fields interact with the quantum field around you, the invisible energy that connects everything in the universe. Your words, your internal dialogue, they're not just thoughts, they're waves of energy that ripple through this field. Let me share some fascinating research with you. Scientists studying meditation have discovered that when people enter certain brain wave states, particularly gamma waves, their ability to manifest changes in their physical reality increases dramatically. These gamma waves, which operate at around 40 Hz, are the same waves produced when you're in a state of intense focus and clear intention. And here's the key: your self-talk can trigger these specific brainwave patterns. When you speak to yourself with clarity, with intention, with emotional intensity, you're not just making yourself feel better. You're literally changing the electromagnetic signature of your brain. Studies show that the coherence of your brain waves changes instantly based on your internal dialogue. When your self-talk is scattered, negative, or conflicting, your brain waves show chaos. But when you align your thoughts and words with clear intention, your brain waves become harmonious, organized, coherent. This coherence is crucial because it's what allows you to connect with the quantum field, the field of all possibility. Think of it like this. Your brain is like a quantum radio, and your thoughts are the frequency you're broadcasting. When your self-talk is clear and focused, you're tuning into exactly what you want to create. You're no longer sending mixed signals to the field. The latest research in epigenetics proves something even more amazing. Your words can literally turn your genes on and off. Scientists have found that positive self-talk can activate genes associated with longevity, healing, and growth, while negative self-talk can activate genes associated with disease and decay. Your words are literally programming your genetic expression in real time. But here's what most people don't understand about self-talk. It's not just the words themselves that matter. It's the energy behind them. When you speak to yourself, you're creating specific frequencies of energy. These frequencies have been measured and mapped. Positive, empowering self-talk creates high-frequency energy patterns that promote coherence in your cells. Negative self-talk creates low-frequency patterns that lead to cellular chaos. This is why meditation combined with conscious self-talk is so powerful. When you meditate, you lower your brain waves from high frequency, beta waves, to slower alpha and theta waves. In these states, your words carry more power because they can penetrate deeper into your subconscious mind. You're literally reprogramming your neural networks when you combine focused self-talk with meditative states. Every word you speak to yourself is either raising or lowering your energy frequency. Every internal dialogue is either moving you toward coherence or toward chaos. There's no neutral self-talk. You're either programming success or programming limitation with every single word. Most people stay stuck in the same patterns not because they can't change, but because they keep speaking to themselves the same way they always have. Let me tell you why this happens. Your brain is designed to create patterns. It's always looking for the familiar, the known, the predictable. When you've spent years telling yourself the same story, your brain becomes addicted to the emotions that story creates. Your body doesn't know the difference between an emotion created by an actual experience and an emotion created by your self-talk. When you repeatedly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "this always happens to me," you're creating a cascade of chemicals that your body becomes dependent on. It's a biological addiction to your own negative thoughts. That was a main profound with you. Every morning when you wake up, your brain is scanning your environment for cues that match your familiar emotional state. If you've been running programs of lack, limitation, or fear, your brain will actively look for evidence to support these programs. It's like your brain has a filter that only lets in information that matches your internal dialogue. Think about this. Every time you speak to yourself from a place of doubt or worry, you're using energy. But it's not just any energy. It's the exact same energy you could be using to create something new. The average person spends 70 of their mental and emotional energy maintaining a familiar emotional state through negative self-talk. That's energy that could be directed toward manifestation, toward creation, toward transformation. Your environment is full of triggers, people, places, objects, situations that automatically activate your old patterns of self-talk. You walk into your office, and without even realizing it, you start telling yourself the same limiting story. You check your bank account, and immediately your internal dialogue shifts to scarcity. You look in the mirror, and the old critical voice takes over. These aren't random thoughts. They're programmed responses to environmental cues. The moment you become aware of your automatic self-talk, you're no longer at its mercy. Awareness is the first step in breaking the addiction to your familiar emotions. When you catch yourself in these old patterns, you're creating a gap between stimulus and response. That gap is where your power lies. The hardest part about changing your self-talk isn't learning new words. It's letting go of the emotional comfort zone you've created. Your body has become addicted to the chemistry of your past, and it will fight to maintain that familiar state. When you try to change your internal dialogue, your body will crave the old emotional patterns like a drug. This is why most attempts to change self-talk through simple affirmations fail. You can't just layer positive words over an emotional addiction to negativity. You have to understand that your body is going to go through a biological withdrawal process. Your old neural networks will resist being pruned. Your familiar emotional states will beg to be maintained. The discomfort you feel when changing your self-talk is actually a sign of success. It means you're disrupting the old patterns. It means you're breaking the addiction to the past. Every time you catch yourself in old dialogue and consciously choose new words, you're literally rewiring your brain and rewriting your biological program. Let me tell you something revolutionary about programming your internal voice. When you understand the science of how words affect your biology, you'll realize that every phrase you speak to yourself is either a program for limitation or a program for unlimited potential. Your brain doesn't care which one you choose. It simply responds to what you tell it. The secret lies in understanding that certain phrases have the power to instantly alter your brain chemistry. When you say to yourself, I am followed by any statement, you're not just making an affirmation, you're giving instructions to your genes. This is because the words I am carry a frequency that your DNA can read. But here's the key. You must speak to yourself as if what you're saying is already true, already happening, already real in this present moment. Instead of saying, I want to be healthy or I'm trying to succeed, you need to create statements that place you in the experience right now. I am radiating health. I am success in action. I am the creator of my reality. These aren't just pretty words. They're precise frequencies that trigger specific neural patterns and chemical responses in your body. Let me share something profound about creating coherence between your thoughts and energy. When you speak to yourself, you need to match the frequency of your words with the frequency of your desired reality. If you're saying powerful words, but your energy is low, scattered, or doubtful, you're sending mixed signals to the quantum field. It's like trying to tune into two radio stations at once. You'll only get static. This is where the activation of your pineal gland becomes crucial. Your pineal gland is more than just an endocrine gland. It's your biological antenna for connecting with higher frequencies. When you speak to yourself while focusing your attention in the space between your eyebrows, you're activating this gland. The language patterns that most effectively activate the pineal gland are those that combine presence with possibility. Close your eyes, focus your attention on the space between your eyebrows, and say to yourself, I am the power that creates my reality. I am unlimited potential in action. I am energy becoming matter through my conscious intention. Feel how these words resonate in your body. Notice a subtle shift in your energy field. The words alone aren't enough. You must combine them with elevated emotion. When you speak to yourself, you need to generate the emotions of your desired future as if they're happening right now. If you're speaking about abundance, you must feel abundant. If you're speaking about health, you must feel vibrant. If you're speaking about success, you must feel successful. This is where intention becomes crucial. Your intention must be so clear, so focused that it overrides any doubt in your system. When you say, I am the creator of my reality, you must feel it with every cell in your body. Your intention needs to be strong enough to override years of programming that says otherwise. Before you speak to yourself, take a moment to elevate your emotional state. Feel gratitude, feel joy, feel love. These elevated emotions change your heart rhythm, which in turn changes your brain waves. Now, from this elevated state, speak your truth. I am whole. I am powerful. I am the creator of infinite possibilities. Your words create waves of electromagnetic energy that ripple through every cell in your body. Make them coherent, make them powerful, make them worthy of the future you're creating. Instead of saying, I hope this works, say, I am the evidence of unlimited potential. Instead of I'll try, say, I am mastery in action. The most powerful self-talk happens when you combine three elements: clear intention, elevated emotion, and present moment awareness. Your words should reflect where you're going, not where you've been. They should vibrate with the energy of possibility, not the limitations of the past. They should speak of what is becoming, not what is. Your new way of speaking to yourself must become as natural as breathing. It's not something you do for 10 minutes in the morning. It's a constant state of conscious creation. Every word you speak to yourself is either an investment in your new reality or a payment to your old one. Choose wisely. Speak powerfully. Create consciously. The most powerful time to reprogram your internal dialogue is in those precious moments between 3 and 5 in the morning. Your brain waves are naturally slower during these hours, operating in a state between theta and delta. This is when the barrier between your conscious and subconscious mind is thinnest. This is your window for rapid reprogramming. Let me give you the exact protocol I want you to follow. When you first wake up, don't reach for your phone. Don't check your emails. Don't let the world tell you who you need to be today. Instead, sit up straight in your bed or move to a dedicated meditation space. I am, or words to yourself should be, I am awake. I am aware. I am ready to create. Now here's the breathing pattern that amplifies the power of your self-talk. Inhale for a count of 4 through your nose, filling your belly first, then your chest. As you hold your breath for a count of 4, speak to yourself internally. I am the power that creates my reality. Exhale for a count of 4 through your mouth, releasing all doubt, all limitation, all past programming. Hold empty for a count of 4, creating space for new possibilities. Your body posture is crucial during this practice. Keep your spine straight but not rigid. Imagine a golden thread pulling up from the crown of your head, lengthening your spine, opening your energy centers. Your hands should rest on your knees, palms facing up to receive, or palms facing down to ground yourself. This posture tells your nervous system you're ready for transformation. Let me share the exact energy center activation sequence that maximizes the impact of your self-talk. Start at your root center at the base of your spine. As you inhale, say internally, I'm safe. I am secure. I am grounded in infinite potential. I am She rising to your sacral centers. I am creative force in action to your solar plexus. I am powerful beyond measure. I am love. I am gratitude. I am the joy that transforms reality. Feel the energy expanding in your chest to your throat center. I am the voice of creation. My words shape reality. I am clear vision. I am conscious creation. Finally, to your crown, I am one with the field of all possibilities. It's not just about the words, it's about creating a coherent field between your heart and your brain. As you speak to yourself, maintain awareness of both your heart and your brain simultaneously. Feel the energy circuit between them growing stronger with each word you speak. The key to making this morning practice effective is consistency and intensity. You must do it every single morning without exception. Your old programming didn't take a day off, and neither should your new programming. Speak to yourself with the same devotion that a scientist applies to their research, that an artist applies to their craft. In these early morning hours, your brain is like soft clay, ready to be molded by your conscious intention. Every word you speak is carving new neural pathways. Every breath is energizing these new patterns. Every moment of focused attention is strengthening your connection to the field of infinite possibilities. This is not a ritual of repetition. It's a ritual of recreation. You are literally recreating yourself every morning through the power of your conscious self-talk. You are programming your biology for success before the world has a chance to program you for anything less. Let me tell you why traditional affirmations fail for most people. They're speaking words without understanding the quantum mechanics behind them. When you say an affirmation but continue to feel like your old self, you're sending conflicting signals to the field. Your words are saying one thing, but your energy signature is saying another. This is why people can repeat affirmations for years with no real change. The quantum mechanics of observation tells us something remarkable. The act of observing a possibility collapses infinite waves of potential into a single reality. When you speak to yourself with true knowing, you're not hoping or wishing. You're observing your new reality into existence. Your consciousness becomes the bridge between the quantum field of all possibilities and your physical reality. Here's what's fascinating about collapsing time through consciousness. When you align your thoughts, words, and energy signature perfectly, you don't need to wait for your reality to gradually change. Change can happen in an instant. This is because time is not linear. It's a construct of consciousness. Your self-talk, when combined with elevated emotion, can literally bend time. Let me share some specific examples of rapid manifestation that happened when people mastered this approach. One of my students had been telling herself she was stuck in a career she didn't love for 20 years. She changed her self-talk to, I am doing what I love, and abundance flows to me naturally. Within 3 days, not months, not years, 3 days, she received an unexpected job offer that aligned perfectly with her passion. The key wasn't the words alone. It was that she spoke them with such clarity and certainty that her energy signature shifted instantly. The other student had been experiencing chronic back pain for decades. Instead of her usual dialogue of, I hope this pain goes away, she started speaking to her body with absolute knowing. I am perfect health in action. Every cell in my body knows how to heal. Within a week, her pain had reduced by 80. Her medical scans showed physical changes that her doctors couldn't explain. How do you know your new dialogue is working? Here are the signs to watch for. First, you'll notice synchronicities increasing in your life. The right opportunities, people, and circumstances will start showing up without effort. Second, you'll feel different physically, more energized, more clear, more alive. Your body is literally changing its chemistry in response to your new internal dialogue. Third, and this is crucial, you'll stop needing external evidence to believe in what you're saying to yourself. This is the tipping point. When you can maintain your new self-talk regardless of what your current reality shows you, that's when reality has no choice but to catch up with your energy signature. The fourth sign is that your emotional state becomes more stable. You're no longer triggered by old situations because your self-talk has rewired your neural patterns. Things that used to stress you out now feel insignificant because you're operating from a new level of consciousness. Here's what most people miss about accelerating manifesting. It's not about making things happen faster. It's about shifting your consciousness to a state where what you want has already happened. When you speak to yourself from the end result, you collapse time. You're not working towards something, you're speaking from its completion. Every word you speak to yourself is either accelerating or delaying your manifestation. There's no neutral self-talk. When you say, I'm trying or I'm getting there, you're actually pushing your desire away because you're speaking from a position of not having it. Instead, speak as if you're already there. I am there. I am that. The tools for maintaining your new patterns of self-talk are simple, but require absolute commitment. Right now, I want you to take out your phone and set 3 daily reminders. These aren't ordinary reminders. They're pattern interrupts. When they go off, stop whatever you're doing and ask yourself, what am I telling myself right now? Is this the voice of my past or the voice of my future? Let me address the most common obstacle people face. They start strong but fall back into old patterns when stress hits. Create what I call a stress override protocol. The moment you feel stress rising, place your hand on your heart and say, I am the power that creates my reality. This situation is here to show me how powerful I truly am. This instantly shifts your brain chemistry from survival to creation. The first 21 days of this new way of speaking to yourself will be intense. Your body will fight you. Your old emotional patterns will scream for attention. You'll wake up some mornings feeling like it's not working. This is normal. This is necessary. This is your biological system reorganizing itself. Your cells are literally learning a new language. You'll feel resistance. Your mind will try to convince you to go back to old patterns. Stay strong. You'll start experiencing moments of profound clarity followed by periods of doubt. This is your new neural networks establishing themselves. You'll begin to notice your external reality shifting to match your new internal dialogue. Don't get attached to these changes. Stay focused on your practice. The key to consistency isn't motivation. It's conviction. You're not doing this because you want to. You're doing this because you understand it's the only way to create lasting change. Your new self-talk must become as automatic as breathing. It's not a practice. It's who you are. Let me share the future self-visualization technique that cements your new patterns. Every night before sleep, sit quietly and speak to yourself as if you're already the person you're becoming. But here's the crucial part. Feel the emotions of being that person. Let those emotions fill every cell in your body. Your future self isn't some distant possibility. It's a biological program you're installing right now through your conscious self-talk. This is your moment of decision. Right now, you understand the science. You understand the process. You understand the power you hold. But understanding isn't enough. You must become this knowledge. Your self-talk from this moment forward is either creating your future or recreating your past. There is no middle ground. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, you have a choice. Will you speak to yourself from habit, or will you speak to yourself with power? Will you let your environment trigger your old patterns, or will you maintain your new dialogue regardless of circumstances? Will you wait for evidence before you believe, or will you believe with such conviction that the evidence has no choice but to appear? The universe doesn't hear what you want. It doesn't respond to what you hope for or wish for. It responds to your energy signature, the combination of your words, your emotions, and your unwavering knowing. From this moment forward, speak to yourself as if your words are creating reality, because they are. Speak to yourself as if every cell in your body is listening, because it is. Speak to yourself as if you're programming the quantum field, because you are. The power has always been yours. Now you know how to use it. Now you know how to speak to yourself in a way that creates reality at the speed of thought. The only question, are you ready to become the person who speaks this new language of creation?